God-level duplication system. Chapter 45. Shu Anlan. Is it possible to invite him to fight? Chen Yuzi secretly guessed in his heart. Immediately shook his head again. This is unlikely. Although Lin Xuan showed a high level of talent, even he was slightly inferior. But the entry time is too short, only 1 month. Whether it can break through the Qi gathering realm is still a problem. However, he had already quietly broken through the Qi transformation realm, and by chance, he comprehended the prototype of the sword intent. Even those inner sect disciples at the early stage of Qi transformation realm may not be their opponents. Not to mention a talent that hasn't yet grown up. Thinking of this, Chen Yuzi felt relieved. At the same time, it can't help being a little funny. Thinking that I, the #1 expert in the outer sect, would actually be worried that a new disciple who had only started for a month would threaten me. Speaking out, I'm afraid it will make people laugh out loud, right? However, Chen Yuzi's heart quickly turned into Shen Ning. This is mainly because Lin Xuan's performance is too frightening. At least he is far from doing it. Fortunately, Lin Xuan is in this batch of beginners, not in the same period as him. Otherwise, he might be overwhelmed by Lin Xuan, right? Chen Yuzi secretly rejoiced. And just as Chen Yuzi was thinking wildly, all the disciples around were staring at Lin Xuan. Lin Xuan just walked past Chen Yuzi as if he really came to hang out. It made Chen Yuzi and all the disciples even more confused. Lin Xuan's eyes flashed. Taking advantage of this opportunity of approaching, he already copied the treasure on Chen Yuzi's body within a breath. Ding, consume 30,000 energy points, copy it successfully, and get peerless training talent. Ding, consume 10,000 energy points, copy successfully, and get sword intent prototype. Ding, consume 3,000 energy points, copy successfully, and get top-grade kendo talent. Hearing the cold voice in his ear, a gleam of joy flashed in Lin Xuan's eyes. After walking past Chen Yuzi, Lin Xuan came to the edge of the square, an area where the crowd was thinner. With a thought, I immediately choose to use it. At the same time, he tried his best to hide his breath. Ding, congratulations to the host for improving his cultivation talent. Ding, congratulations to the host for advancing to the prototype of sword intent. Ding, congratulations to the host for advancing to the top-grade sword talent. There were bursts of weak warm currents, and Lin Xuan only felt that his strength had increased a lot. Looking at the attribute panel again, you can see that in the talent column, all major talents have been improved a lot. Speed, swordsmanship, and several attribute talents have all been upgraded to top grade. Lin Xuan also showed satisfaction in his eyes. Let's reminisce about the kendo, martial arts on him. Suddenly, a strange charm came to my heart. As if the mist had been blown away, all the secrets were revealed. No more difficulties. The heat is also increasing at an extremely fast speed. Unfortunately, this is not a place for cultivation. Otherwise, Lin Xuan reckoned that the strength of kendo would greatly increase in a short period of time. Is this the artistic conception? It really is mysterious enough. Lin Xuan murmured in his heart, and his eyes became more joyful. After a while, suddenly, there was a bigger commotion ahead. Lin Xuan heard the reputation and looked around, and saw an old man and a young man coming. The martial arts arena also suddenly became noisy. The great elder of the outer sect is here. Didn't the second elder and the third elder preside over the big competition a few times ago? Could it be the great elder this time? Are you the main point? More importantly, the true disciple Shu Anlan, senior brother Shu, is also here. That's right, senior brother Shu is a true disciple, and it's rare to see him once in the sect. How could he come to our outer sect competition this time? I heard that senior brother Shu is going to fight with Luo Faixu, the true disciple of the Cold Snow sect, to compete for the ranking in the potential list. If you don't retreat to practice and improve your strength, how can you come here? Everyone also started discussing, in full swing. Lin Xuan also secretly wrote down a few keywords, such as the true disciple Shu Anlan, the Frost Snow sect, Luo Faixu, and the potential list. At the same time, from the discussions around, it was known that the elder and the young who came were the great elder of the outer sect and Shu Anlan, the true disciple of the sect. After the shock in his heart came back to his senses, Lin Xuan's expression turned into joy. Unexpectedly, today he copied the masters of the outer sect, and his strength and talent have improved a lot. Another great gift came to the door. The great elder is at least not weaker than the third elder, and should be a strong person in the open spirit realm. And the third elder has already copied it once. According to the system's copying rules, a treasure on a warrior can only be copied once. If the three elders were in charge of presiding over the competition, he would not be able to copy it. But it's just right to be the great elder. Also, Shu Anlan, who is a true disciple, is at least at the opening spirit realm, and there are definitely a lot of treasures on his body. Copying the treasures of these two people, how much can he improve? It is estimated that it will be an explosive improvement. How could Lin Xuan be unhappy? Immediately, Lin Xuan squeezed out of the crowd, came to the front, and looked at the elder and true disciple Shu Anlan. Swish! Name, Shu Anlan. Cultivation, the second floor of the Kaling realm. Talent, spiritual cultivation talent, top strength talent, top speed talent, top sword talent, top wind attribute talent, top sharp metal talent, top red fire attribute talent, top thick soil attribute talent. Martial arts, Gale Wind Sword Jiu, top rank 6th, minor achievement, Destroying Wind Palm, top rank 6th, great achievement, Explosive Flame Fist, top rank 6th, great achievement, Gale Wind Phantom Jiu, top rank 6th, great achievement. Artistic conception, 20% of sword intent, 10% of wind artistic conception, half of fire artistic conception. Treasure to carry, a Kingshuan sword, 6th order high-grade spiritual weapon. Looking at Shu Anlan's attribute panel, Lin Xuan couldn't help but secretly gasped. This attribute panel is the strongest he has seen so far. Zhao Kuxin and the other deacons, and even the third elder, were instantly reduced to scum in front of this attribute panel. As expected of a true disciple. Too strong. Lin Xuan's eyes were even more happy. Immediately, he looked at the great elder next to him. As expected, apart from the fact that the great elder's cultivation base is a little higher than Shu Anlan's, and he has reached the third level of the opening spirit realm, in other respects, the attribute panel is more than a notch worse than Shu Anlan's. Of course, it is still much stronger than the third elder. Looking at the attribute panels of the two, Lin Xuan's eyes flickered. There are too many treasures on these two people, and they cannot be let go. He had to look for an opportunity to wait, and he had to be within 10 meters of the two of them. However, Lin Xuan became a little worried. Originally, he had accumulated 270,000 energy points in the past half a month, which he thought was enough. But now it seems that it may not be enough. It is not enough to copy all the treasures of these two people. In this case, we have to perform well in this competition and earn a little more energy. Lin Xuan pondered in his heart. It is rare to get close to true disciples and great elders of the outer sect like this. He had to squeeze both of them dry at once. Field. The great elder brought Shu Anlan to the front of the square. After waiting for a while, seeing that all the disciples on the field were almost gathered, he said loudly,